Leveling up your self-concept involves looking at every area of your life and realizing where you have been settling for scraps, breadcrumbs, and disrespect. And as you level up your self-concept, you realize and you understand your worth. And that's when you start drawing firm lines in the sand to what you will no longer tolerate in your life. Now, let me know if this is something that you can identify with. A while back, I had a man get aggressive and confrontational with me, the way he would with another man. But he didn't do it with a man. No, he did it with a woman who's smaller than him and certainly weaker physically. And the issue at hand didn't even warrant such a visceral reaction, like angry reaction. Here's the thing. I sat there and I engaged it and I took it. And I let him spew whatever loathsome, vitriolic thing he had to say. And like I've said before, I now use everything as a learning opportunity about myself. And I had to go back and ask myself, irrespective of him, because his issues are his issues, but what was this saying about me? And what are things that, as I leveled up my concept of self and I leveled up the worth and the value that I had for myself, I had to realize that there are things that are non-negotiables and things and behaviors that I no longer tolerate, point blank. Things that I will automatically remove myself from. Abusive behavior, harassing behavior, aggressive behavior, disrespect. We can have adult conversations, but disrespectful, aggressive, abusive behavior, I no longer engage it. That incident became a firm non-negotiable for me. I will never put myself or keep myself or allow someone to treat me that way. I will remove myself, especially with a man. With a man who is tough when it comes to a woman, but doesn't have the courage to address a man like that. And to me, it just screams cowardly behavior. But this is more about me and what I engaged in. And I had to go back and really reflect, why did I allow it? And what was I recreating in my life? What pattern? Because I'm the common denominator. And so I realized that I was still living out patterns from my childhood, from the way my dad behaved, and allowing people to disrespect and be borderline abusive and harassing. Never again. As I've leveled up my self-concept, my self-love, and my level of worth, things I don't engage in. And I don't have to explain it and I don't have to justify it. I just remove myself and I eliminate that person from my life. Because there's things that we don't have to tolerate. It doesn't matter about them. It's what's good for us, what is safe for us, what empowers us, what makes us feel secure and safe, what uplifts us. And because I know my worth and I love myself, I no longer engage in relationships like that. Not in any capacity. Not in work relationships, not in friendships, not in family, not out on the street, anywhere. I am a grown woman and I will have grown adult conversations. Beyond that, I just remove myself because I respect myself and think highly of myself. Huge learning opportunity for me. And now as I look back, I'm grateful for that experience because it gave me awareness about where I needed to set firmer boundaries. Physically, verbally, but also energetically, to not absorb other people's pain or their trauma or their issues. Those are on them. And so even energetically, when I walk in a room, I just see a shield covering me and protecting me. And other people's issues are their issues. It's not for me to solve or absorb. I can lend a hand, I can lend an ear, a shoulder to cry on, but it's not mine to absorb. Energetic boundaries are just as powerful as physical and verbal ones, but I no longer engage situations like that. And so I was grateful for it because of that awareness. And now I ask you, what are some things that you now look back at situations that helped you determine where you needed to level up your self-concept and no longer tolerate things and create non-negotiables in your life?